Alrighty guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a render for MX Simulator and MX Bikes. So first thing that you want to do is you want to open up Blender and you want to delete all the objects that you see here. So the light, the block, and the camera. And what I did to delete those is I just hit X on my keyboard and then I right clicked on delete. And now what you want to do is you want to go to File, Append, and then open up your bike blend, hit Append, go to Object, highlight all of these, and then after that you can figure out what pipe you have on the bike and bars. And after you delete those, you're gonna go to circle, go down here to material, and you're just gonna delete all of these. Get rid of them all. Then hit new, base color, image texture, and just do that for every single part of the bike. So swing arm, frame, your upper forks and front fender, and then your fork guards and stuff like that. So I will get back to you when that is all done. Okay guys, so now that I got all of the image textures on there, now what you can do is you can go to Photoshop and open up the bike PSD. And then you are going to open up your diffuse folder and turn off the shading. And then go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. And then we're just going to save that as 2025 CRF 250. Go back to Blender, open image, and then find your PNG, open it. And then do that for the rest of your image textures. Alright, you're just about done. Alright, now that you got that done. Alright, now that I have all of the image textures put on the bike for every single part, now you want to go over here to Viewport Shading Material Preview and click on that, and then it'll pop up like this with your graphics and everything on the bike. And you just want to move it up past these little squares here. And then now what you want to do is you want to open up in Photoshop your stand and your tire PSD. And then go back to Blender, hit Append, and then open up your stand blend, Object, High Poly. And then now you have your stand in there. And I'll leave the links for all these in the description below. So now we just get it lined up on the bike. This seems lined up right there. Now what we can do is we can turn the stand sideways, so that way the front metal is facing you. Alright, there we go. And then it will still be lined up just as you had it before. Yep. Alright. Now, I'm just gonna move this forward a little bit. Now you do the same thing with your tires. Wheels Pitusta blend, object, and all you want for the wheels is this one here, rear wheel, Pitustas, and front wheel. Open those up, and then now you just drag them over with your move tool and line them up. Okay, and then for the rear wheel, you have to do it separately from the front tire. Alrighty, there we go. Got that all lined up. Now, what you do is you go to properties here, and you open up your shader editor. And then we'll get all of the nodes set up for everything. So just go through and delete all the old nodes. Alright, now it should look like this. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna set up all the nodes, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, now that I got the background in Blender, you wanna highlight the whole bike. And then we're gonna move it over. Once we get the stand, we're gonna move it over into this box, and then we're gonna hold S and shrink down the bike, and then you just click to release it. And then we're gonna get it nice and centered up. And then I'm just gonna tilt the bike back a little bit to make it seem more realistic. Alrighty, now that we got the bike in the square and all of our nodes are done and everything like that, I'm gonna show you how to change your background color. So first things first, you go to material and you click on cube, open that up, click on it, and then once you're in material, you click on the big white bar and you can change it to whatever color you want it to be. It doesn't really matter. I normally try to go for a grayish type tint for the background. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to get lighting. So you go to add, light, point, and then you just move your lighting up and over the bike. And you can change that to be a spot or an area where you want it to be. And then to see it, you click on viewport shading rendered, and then you just move it up. And then I'm actually gonna make this a little bit smaller, just so that way it's not so big. Then I'm gonna rotate it up over the bike, move it over, and then now we're gonna change the power, get it to be brighter. Why are you not showing? For some reason it's not showing up. Maybe I gotta change my. Do that. Or we'll try to move it more. We'll try to move it closer. All right. So, guess the lighting just doesn't want to show up. There we go. We're gonna delete it. Try that again. There we go. It was just messing up for me. So now we're gonna change the power on it. Turn it up. Move it back. About right there. That's where we want it. And then we'll hit our camera. And there you go. That is how you would make a render. And if you want to change any of the metallicness of the bike or the roughness to make it more shiny, anything like that, you just go to one part of the bike and you go to material, and then you just change that to however you want it to be. So we're gonna set it to probably right about there, and then you just copy that number and paste it for every single part so they all have the same shading. And then same thing for the roughness. Okay, now we're going to do that for the stand. And we're just going to leave the wheels as they are. Now, if you don't want your bike floating, you can move it down so that way it looks like it's on the ground. About right there is good. And then to export it as a render, you're gonna hit F12 on your keyboard. Give it a second to load. So I'll get back with you when this loads. Alrighty, now that I've gotten it to load, this is what your render will look like. Obviously without the squares around the wheels and everything like that. But for some reason my Blender isn't working like that. So now if you want to save it, go to Image, Save As, and then we're going to name this CRF 450. And we're going to save that to the desktop. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know for renders. I mean, you can go back and change things about it and everything like that. But, hope to catch y'all on the next one. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Peace.